Welcome to day 11, and this is all about believing. This is where we start to notice the magic happening. So a lot of people come to yoga to help with anxiety, depressions, feelings of self-worth. And the reason that people come to yoga for that, it gives us the ability to self-soothe, to build confidence in our strength, flexibility, mobility and stability, both of our bodies and our minds. And the ability to bring ourselves into our practice and letting go of physical and mental tension. When we do this is when we start to truly believe in ourselves and our capabilities. So let's find the little magic. Let's believe in our practice today. Grab your comfy pants, see you on the mat. Namaste. Okay, meet me at the top of your mat this morning, today, this evening, whenever you're practicing. Just gently bring our feet together and we're going to start today in Tadasana. So just to run over the finer points again, root your feet down into the ground and each of your toes. Imagine just pulling the arches of the feet up slightly. Lift the kneecaps to engage the thighs. Lengthen the tailbone under and hug the tummy in towards the spine. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Feel the openness in the front of your chest here. Lift the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Take the gaze directly ahead of you and fix it on a point in front of you. And then stretch the fingers down to the ground. So imagine that you've got energy running up the front of the body as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, the energy travels back down through the back of the body, lengthening the back of the body as you breathe out. You might like to close the eyes here and just see if you can focus your awareness internally on the energy running in and the energy flowing back down the back of the body. Deep breath in. Lovely long exhalation. Feel yourself rooted down into the ground. Tadasana means mountain pose. You're a beautiful, strong mountain connected with the earth. And then softly flicker open your eyes. As you inhale, take the arms out to the side. Up and overhead, take your gaze upwards. Press your thumbs backwards, your fingertips forward. Imagine you've got a ball between your hands, a nice big beach ball. You'll give it a little squeeze. Find the opening of the shoulders as you do that here. Keep the core muscles engaged as you exhale and float the arms down by your side. Inhale, float the arms up. Fingertip, pinkies forward, thumbs back, squeeze the beach ball, find the opening into your shoulders and exhale down. Lovely. This time as we float up, same movement with the arms, but we come up onto the toes. Don't worry if you wobble. The first few times you do this, it just takes a little bit of time for all those signals to start to fire off through all the synapses up towards the brain. And we're just going to flow here 3 more times. So as you come up, inhale, come up onto the toes. Keep the engagement of your arms and exhale, float down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale, lower the arms, lower the heels. This time I'm going to float the arms up ahead of you, in front of you, lifting out of the spine first. As you exhale, just very, very gently arch back, maybe seeing if you can take your gaze upwards. Keep the core muscles engaged, squeeze the glutes, lengthen through the tailbone. Inhale, stretch up through the spine and exhale the arms down by your side. Okay, let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, hug the core muscles in, lengthen through the tailbone, gently arch back. Inhale, lift lift out of the spine. Exhale, lower the arms. One more time. Inhale, lengthen through that spine. Exhale, press the hips forward, gently arch back, maybe taking your gaze up. Inhale, hug the tummy in. Exhale, float the arms down. This time we're going to inhale the arms up to the ceiling. As we exhale, bend through the knees slightly, bend through the arms, and bring yourself into a really soft forward fold. Allow the crown of the head to come to the ground. Take your gaze towards your knees. Shoot the hip bones up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, bend through the knees. Rise the arms all the way up. Lengthen out of the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the arms. Fold into that soft forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Last time, exhale, fold, or stay in this forward fold for a moment. Maybe trying to bring your fingertips in line with the toes. Put a nice big bend in the knees, maybe like a ski jumper if you need to. Nod and shake the head to release any tension from the neck. Relax the shoulders. Press through the back of your legs. Weight comes slightly forward, lifting those sit bones up towards the ceiling. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. We're going to bend through the knees and plant the hands on the floor. You can bring them slightly forward here. On a big inhalation, lift the right foot up and step it as far back along the mat as you can, and then lower the knee to the ground. Untuck the back toes. So you've come into a low lunge. Important teaching points here are to make sure that your left knee is stacked directly over your left ankle. If you're like this, where the knee is coming forward over the ankle, just grab hold of your foot, step it forward, and come into your low lunge that way. Beautiful. Just to help to protect the knee joint. If you do it over and over again, you can start to cause injury. So it's really important to make sure you're being mindful with your knee there. Okay, sink the right hip down, suck the tummy in, and lift the chest. Make sure the shoulders are away from the ears, so you've got a nice tall spine. We're going to take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, floating the hips back, leaving the fingertips where they are. Lift your left toes and try and lengthen out through your left leg. I'm going to take a deep breath in, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, fold down over your left leg. On the next inhalation, pressing the hips forward, hugging the tummy in, lifting the chest and looking up. Exhale, float backwards, lifting the toes, fold down over your left leg. Inhale, floating forward, hug that tummy in, lift the chest and look up. Exhale, float back, lift the toes, straighten the spine. Inhale, floating back to your lunge. Let's just stay here for a moment. See if you can notice the opening of your right hip flexor there as we gently press the hips down and forward a little bit. Pull your pelvic floor up, hug the tummy in, keep the chest lifted, extend the spine. Lovely. Tuck the back toes under, plant both hands down on the floor. Now, if you've got big boobs like myself, they might find that they'll get in the way a little bit. So sometimes I just take my left hand slightly off the ground and slightly forward, and then press through your hands, step the left foot back, coming into your plank pose. Now, at any time, if plank is too much, you just lower the knees down to the ground. Keep the shoulders pressing away from the ground. Keep lifting the lower body up towards the upper body, and the upper body, the back of the body, towards the ceiling. So your choice, bent knees, or you can lift the knees. Try and again, keep that spine nice and long. Press the heels away, lengthen through the crown of your head. Take a deep breath in. Believe in your strength. As you exhale, lower the knees to the ground. Hug the elbows into the side here. Lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, lower the chest and the chin to the ground. Keep the hips lifted. And then lower all the way down onto your tummy. Beautiful. I should have perhaps put a warning on the beginning of this film. It's a little bit tough in places. Let's make a little pillow with our hands. Take one of your cheeks onto your hands. Bring the big toes together and allow the heels to drop out to the side. And we're going to gently rock the hips from side to side. Again, just allowing ourselves to self-soothe ourselves. Beautiful. Stack the hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your forehead to the ground. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. So squeeze those shoulder blades together behind you. Hug the elbows in. On an inhalation, lift the head, lift the chest, lift the hands from the ground, press the pelvis into the ground, suck the tummy in. Find length between your shoulders and your ears. As you exhale, gently, gently lower down, bringing your forehead to the ground. You can take your feet slightly wider apart if there's any discomfort in the lower back, or if you want a more challenging practice, try and bring the toes and the heels together. On the next inhalation, we're going to lift the head, the chest, a gentle press into the hand and come into a soft cobra. And again, keep those shoulders away from the ears, keep length through the neck, and exhale down. We're going to do this 3 more times. Inhale, lifting, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Keep those elbows hugged in, shoulders gloating down the back. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And on the next inhalation, tuck your toes under, press into your hands, bring yourself up to a tabletop position, engaging the core muscles to bring you up. Stack the hands underneath your shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, and just take a couple of moments in cat-cow. So as you inhale, tilt the tailbone towards the ceiling, lift the chest, look up, keep the core muscles engaged. As you exhale, roll the tailbone under, roll up through the spine, chin comes to the chest, and inhale forwards. You might like to play around with the feet here. Some people like to do this with toes tucked under. Some people like to do this with the toes on the ground. If you have any cramping in the toes, it's quite nice to do this with the toes tucked under. Just take a few moments there in our cat-cow. Next inhalation, look up. As you exhale, everybody tuck their toes under. We're going to peel the knees from the ground, hugging the tummy in, and shoot the hips all the way up towards the ceiling. And press the heels to the ground, lower the chest down, take your gaze towards your knees. Take a deep breath in, and a lovely long exhalation. One more deep breath in, believe in your strength here. As you exhale, lower both knees towards the ground. We're going to step the right foot to the front of the mat. Sink the hips down and look up, same as we did on the left side. And then planting those fingertips on the ground, tuck the back toes under, lift the knee up and step the foot to the front of the mat, coming back into your forward fold. Lovely, make this forward fold as gentle as you'd like, or really use this time to stretch out those hamstrings. Remembering the weight comes slightly forward into the toes. And then we'll inhale, bend the knees, rise the arms up and overhead, gently arching back. And exhale, lower the arms all the way down. Beautiful. So I didn't tell you this, but for some of you that would have been your first sun salutation, a really important part of the yoga practice. to increase flexibility and give you a cardiovascular workout as well. So we did the right side this time. We're going to now do the left side. Believe in your ability. Inhale, rise the arms up. Engage the core muscles, lengthen through the tailbone as you exhale. Press the hips forward, keeping the length in the spine, gently arch back. Inhale, lifting back up to the ceiling, reaching the fingertips up. Exhale, hug the tummy in, lengthen through the tailbone, gently arch back. Inhale, lengthen. One more time. Deep breath in, exhale, gently arch back, just wherever's comfortable for you. Inhale back to center, stretch those fingertips up, lengthen through the tailbone. Take one more deep breath in. This time as we exhale, we're going to bend the knees, bend the arms, fold all the way into your soft forward fold, bringing the fingertips down in line with the toes, nodding and shaking the head. Inhale, bend the knees, float the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the arms, soften through the body into your forward fold. Inhale, rise. This time as we exhale, we're going to stay in your soft forward fold. Bringing the fingertips in line with your toes. Bringing the weight ever so slightly forward into your feet. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck and the head. You can stay in the soft fold with your knees bent, or you might like to try and lengthen through the spine slightly. Take the tailbone up towards the ceiling and lengthen through the legs. Your choice. Do what feels nice for you today. Find the sweet spot. Lovely. Bend the knees slightly. Take the gaze ever so slightly ahead of your feet. Take a deep breath in and step the left foot as far back along the mat as you can. Drop the back knee. Untuck the toe. Lift the chest and look up. You're in your low lunge. And again, as we did on the left side, make sure that your right knee is stacked directly over your right ankle. Move it forward by grabbing hold of the ankle if you need to. Sink those hips down, engage the core muscles, lift the chest. Just got a little micro weight into your fingertips here. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, float the hips backwards, lift the toes of your right leg, lengthen through the spine and fold down over your right leg. Inhale, float forwards, back into your low lunge. Engage in the core, lifting the chest. Exhale, float backwards. Fold down over your right leg, but find length in the spine before you fold. Inhale, float back. Sink the hip down, lift the chest. Last time, exhale, floating the hips backwards, lengthening through the spine. Inhale, float back to your low lunge. Plant the hands on the ground. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back leg, step the right foot back to meet it. I said the wrong legs there, I do apologise. Okay, come into your plank. Press the heels away. Come to your knees if you need to. Lengthen out through the crown of your head to your tailbone. Engage all of your core muscles. Pull them into the midline of the body. Fingers are spread wide apart. You're pressing into your fingertips as well as all four corners of your hands. See if you can hold your plank. Lower down if you need to, but we're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Hug the elbows into the side. Lower the chest and the chin to the ground. Keep the hips lifted. Lower the hips to the ground. Place your forehead onto your hands to make a little cushion with your hands again, and place the other cheek on your hands. Big toes come together, heels out to the side. Rock through the hips. Beautiful. Take this time to rest, to breathe. On your next inhalation, place the hands underneath your shoulders. Roll the shoulder blades up, back and down, and hug the elbows into the side. Forehead comes to the ground. As you inhale, lift the head, the chest, put a little bit of weight into your hands. Press the pelvis into the ground, engage the core muscles. Exhale, float down. Feel all of those muscles around the spine strengthening. Inhale, lift. Lengthen the neck, take the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time we'll tuck the toes under. Lift the hips, coming into your tabletop position. Maybe walking the knees in a little bit if you need to. And just do a few cat-cow poses here. Just to flex out the spine. Excellent. Lovely. Let's take the gaze forward. Lift the chest, tuck the toes under. On a big inhalation, lift the knees from the ground. Take the hips up towards the ceiling. Sink your chest down and see if you can float your heels a little closer to the ground. The weight is even between your hands and your feet. You're sucking your tummy in. Shoulders are apart, rising down your back. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lower your knees to the ground. And we're going to step the left foot to the front of the mat. Grab hold of the ankle if you need to. And step it forward. And you're back into your low lunge. Press the hips down and forward. Engage the core muscles. Lift the chest. Take a deep breath in here. Tuck the back toes under. As you exhale, step your right foot to the front of the mat. Back into your forward fold. This time, grab hold on to your opposite elbow with your hands. Shoot the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Sink the chest to your thighs. And just use the weight of gravity to stretch and lengthen through your spine. Relax softly, just holding on to your elbows. Relaxing your shoulders. Bring the weight slightly forward into your feet. Nod and shake the head. Release any tension here. Lengthen out through the spine. Press the sit bones up towards the ceiling. And then gently release the hands. On a big inhalation, bend the knees. Rise the arms up and overhead. Gently arching back. And then exhale, bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart space. Softly close the eyes, take the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, relax the shoulders down and bring your awareness back to your breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And we'll softly flicker open the eyes. Just notice how we're feeling, whether we manage to find and embrace that little bit of magic and believing in ourselves today. And we'll finish the class with a little Om Shanti Namaste. So Om Shanti Namaste. See you tomorrow.